We are continuing to share local stories about the Vietnam War as we mark 50 years since it ended. Post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, is a common issue that plagues those who served. The U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs says about 7% of veterans experience PTSD at some point in their life. For veterans of Vietnam, that number is 10%. News Channel 11's Ansley Daniel met with officials from the local VA to learn about PTSD among veterans in our community. Ansley?
Yeah, Casey, more than 50 years after returning home from Vietnam, the veterans who served still struggle with what they saw and did and how they were treated when they returned home to the U.S. I spoke with the program manager of the PTSD clinical team at the James H. Quillen VA Medical Center to get some insight into what this particular group deals with.
They struggle with the idea that on the bigger scale, it didn't accomplish the change that they were told they were going to accomplish. And we try to focus them on, it did mean a lot to the person next to you that you were faithful in your service, because you doing your job meant that maybe they got to come home too.
Being in a war zone is an unthinkable experience to many, with tough assignments and difficult situations.
Oftentimes, hard to tell if they were friend or foe, which makes it very difficult when you come back to trust your evaluation of what's going on around you. And it's the same kind of situation we saw in more recent conflicts, where ill-defined enemy makes it much harder to deal with that anxiety.
A great number of them being drafted, adding a different element to their struggles.
They weren't choosing to go to Vietnam, and they were being told to go. And it's not infrequent that people volunteered when they felt like their number was coming soon. So it's kind of like somewhere in between being drafted and sent and choosing to go.
And more than 58,000 of those who went didn't get to come home.
The ones who did make it home, they really come home with a burden. They saw friends with serious injuries or who lost their life, and they question a lot of times, why them? Why did they make it back? That's an unanswerable question.
Vietnam-era veterans not only fought a war overseas, but also back home with the American people.
Where the issue comes is that when you come back to people telling you that you've done the wrong thing, telling you horrible things about yourself because you've gone when you didn't really make the choice to go. I'm doing what my country asked me to do, and now when I come back, people are not accepting that I was just doing what I had to.
Many of them suppressing their feelings and avoiding them.
Treatment is going to be helping them come to terms and with that avoidance, and how do we overcome that avoidance and deal with these memories, deal with these events, deal with these things in our daily life that seem to prompt these sorts of symptoms to come up.
Now, Presnell says that he has noticed a difference in the way that Vietnam veterans react to being thanked for their service, also being more proud, as many of them didn't tell people that they even served in Vietnam because it could have caused them to not get a job and even be retaliated against at the time. Now, a reminder, in the coming weeks, we want to continue looking back at the Vietnam War. On Saturday, May 10th at 12:30, we are airing the special The Vietnam War, A Flight to a New Future. That's going to be right here on News Channel 11.